Good afternoon, everyone. This is Bill with Severe Radar Watchers. We're going to do a quick update on Tropical Storm Fred. We're going to be looking at the National Hurricane Center website. We're going to look at Radar Omega. We're going to look at WSV3. We're going to get some insight on where Fred is at the moment. Fred is supposedly going to make landfall between Apalachicola and Port St. Joe, Florida, just west of Panama City, sometime next couple hours. Like I said, we're going to check it out, look at these radars, look at the satellite views and everything that's going on. But real quick, let's look at Radar Omega. There's their cyclone port units. One of their guys actually getting into on 431 now, heading south in Florida. So let's look at him real quick.
and 3 to 6 inches inland, all the way up into Georgia, Carolinas. Could be a storm surge with this, not epic,
This is Michael Phelps with
but
Radar
anywhere
Omega
between one
talking at
and
the
five
moment.
feet. The 5 feet will be very isolated. In general, about 1 to 3 feet on any kind of storm surge, which it's not absolutely.
And then we got another one right here. He's actually just sitting down there waiting for the storm to come in. This is what he's picking up right now with his cyclone port unit. All right. This is the current radar from KMAX down in Florida. Let me see if I swap to another radar site. KEWX, which is Elgin Air Force Base. This is what it's looking like at this time. As you can see here, this is more likely the center coming right here. They said it's moving really slow. Um, so let's look at some satellite real quick. Change this to see. Look at all this moisture going up into Georgia. Even on the east coast of Florida is getting hammered from this also. Let's do the Gulf of Mexico. Do CONUS. CONUS gets better. As you can see here, we got a special weather statement right there. That's beside the point. But this is the visible satellite at the moment. Look at the intensity that is picked up on Fred. And when I zoom out here, you can see just how the cloud band is for Fred. All the way up in here. It's basically Fred right here. This is even part of Fred. Like I said, we're just doing a quick update on this just to give you all an idea about where Fred is and what's going on with him. Okay, special report just came in at 3:15 p.m. Max wind speed is 65 miles per hour. Storm movement is north northeast. The SLP has dropped to 994. This was just put out at 3:15 p.m. It was a special announcement. So you get to see how that's doing right there. However, but let's go over to WSV3 and look at it. Let me pull it up here. As you can see, there is a tornado watch currently for this area, and you see the storm track going all the way up into West Virginia and Ohio. That'd be a post-tropical depression. But there's Port St. Joe right now. And there's a flash flood warning for Panama City, this area, because there's a lot of rainfall and it's flat down there. Let's look at the sandwich model real quick. Let me turn the next right off real quick to show you this. These different views. That just gives you a view of the moisture that's going along with this at the moment. There's your visible cloud. This is low water vapor. And just look at the lower water vapor that's spinning around on this. You can see where most of the circulation is right here, about to make landfall on the Port St. Joseph. That's gonna be Mexico Beach. If you remember, that's where Michael hit. But this is not anything like Michael. This is a lot. So turn the X-ray back on. Let's look at some velocities real quick. Probe. See, we get some 50 mile per hour winds at the moment, and then some 50, mainly not as bad as we were thinking. Um, this storm relative velocity, there's some 60 mile per hour gust out there, as you can see. 65 outgoing, which is going away from the radar. But let's look at the rain bands. Let me go to MRMS. That way you get to see all the rain bands coming off of here. That's mainly the rain bands from this system all the way up through here. See, it's still hitting Tampa Bay and everything. Let's go back to radar Omega. This is in Tampa. Just one, doesn't see much out his camera view at the moment. That's there in Tampa. He's playing some music, but that's what's happening right now with this part. As it's getting closer to make landfall. Now let's look at the Hurricane Center, see what they got to say. Okay, that's at 1 p.m. advisory. Maximum sustained winds is 65 miles per hour. Minimum central pressure is 994. Fred is located at 29.4 north to 85.5 west. Movements at 9 miles per hour. Public advisory at 1 o'clock. Dangerous storm surge and flooding rains over portions of Florida Panhandle and Big Bend region as Fred approaches the coast. He's about 35 miles southwest of Apalachicola, Florida. A storm surge warning. Overview of the warning, watches and warning. A storm surge warning is in effect from coastal Florida, from Indian Pass to Yankeetown. A tropical storm warning is in effect for coastal Florida, Panhandle, Big Bend of Navarre to Stanahatchee River. At 1 p.m., the center of Tropical Storm Fred was located near latitude 29.4 north, longitude 85.5 west. Fred is moving toward north-northeast near 9 miles per hour in this general motion expected through tonight. On On the forecast track, the center of Fred should make landfall in eastern Florida Panhandle this afternoon or early this evening and move over western Georgia on Tuesday. Data from the Air Force Reserve hurricane aircraft indicate that maximum sustained winds are near 65 miles per hour with higher gusts. Little change in strength is expected before landfall. After landfall, Fred is expected to quickly weaken. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 115 miles from the center. A wind gust of 58 miles per hour was recently reported at Ball Point, Florida. The estimated minimum central pressure based on data from the Hurricane Hunter aircraft is 994 millibars. Fred is expected to produce the following rainfall amounts: southern and central Florida, 1 to 2 inches of additional rain with isolated maximum storm levels totals of 5 inches are expected. Through Tuesday, the, the Florida Big Bend and Panhandle 4 to 8 inches of rain with isolated maximum storm totals of 12 inches are expected. Southeast Alabama through western and northern Georgia and the western Carolinas 4 to 7 inches of rain with isolated maximum storm totals of 10 inches are expected. Through Wednesday, portions of the mid-Atlantic states 2 to 4 inches of rain with isolated maximum totals of 6 inches expected as Fred interacts with a nearby front. Heavy rainfall across portions of southeast and mid-Atlantic states could lead to flash, urban, and small stream and isolated river floodings. An increased risk of landslides exists across the mountains of North Carolina as well as portions of the Blue Ridge Escarpment on Tuesday. Let's go back to the home. Let's look at wind speed probabilities as you see them right here. Arrival times of wind. You see this is Monday at 2 o'clock, which is past. This is the wind field right now, currently of Fred. This is the current wind field of Fred at this moment. As you see by the legend here, this is greater than 58 mile per hour in here, and less than 58 mile per hour right here, and less than 39 mile per hour here. All right, as of 7 a.m. Tuesday, Fred will be a tropical depression as it reaches the Georgia-Alabama border. Then 7 p.m. Tuesday, it'll be a post-tropical depression as it reaches the Georgia-Tennessee-North Carolina border. And then 7 a.m. Wednesday, as it reaches the West Virginia-Kentucky border, it'll stay as a post-tropical depression. Here's the key messages. As of 10 a.m. this morning, through Tuesday, heavy rainfall may lead to flash, urban, and small stream and isolated river flooding impacts across the southeast by middle of the week as Fred lifts north and inland. Heavy rainfall and flooding will impact the southern and central Appalachians, the Piedmont of the southeast and mid-Atlantic. Landslides are possible across the mountains of North Carolina and Blue Ridge Escarpment on Tuesday. Dangerous storm surge abundant is expected along portions of Florida coast, Panhandle, and the Big Bend region. Preparations to protect life and property should be rushed to completion in the storm surge warning area. Tropical storm conditions are occurring in the warning area and will spread further inland later today, tonight, and across portions of the Florida Panhandle, southwestern Georgia, and southeastern Alabama. Now we're going to look at the SPC real quick. Let's look at the day one convective outlook. You see there is a slight risk for the area of Florida, southeast Alabama, and southwestern Georgia. A marginal risk that goes up into southwestern Georgia, part of the Big Bend of Florida, and southeastern Alabama. Tornado threat for today, there's a 5% for the slight risk area and a 2% for most of the marginal area. Tomorrow, SBC updated this afternoon at 12:38 Central Daylight Time. There's a slight risk for the Southern Appalachians, which includes Georgia, Piedmont area, South Carolina, North Carolina, and Southern Virginia. There is a 5% tornado risk, goes from around Athens, Georgia, through South Carolina, North Carolina, up into Virginia. The cities will be Charlotte, Greensboro, Winston-Salem, High Point, Asheville. Atlanta is included in the 2%. Macon, Sandy Springs, Columbia, South Carolina, Durham, North Carolina. And there's also a 5% wind risk for tomorrow. We'll go back to Radar Omega and see what. Look at it real quick. We'll get a view of Michael, see what he's doing. He's still on 431 traveling south into Panama City area. This is the data from his unit. And Corey's off. The other guy's offline at this moment, but the area here in yellow is the tornado watch, and it looks like it is making landfall, very close to making landfall right at this moment by going by the icon on the screen. We'll zoom in here. So it looks like it's going to make landfall possibly at Port St. Joe and move up into next Mexico Beach. So it's definitely hitting the same area that Michael hit several years ago. Again, this is Bill with Severe Radar Watchers. We're looking at Radar Omega and about to look at WSB3. Give you another look at it before we go for the day. Just want to give you all a quick update on see what this has got saying. Fred at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Central pressure is 994. Maximum wind speed was 63 miles per hour. Movement to the north at 9 miles per hour. So it's still below hurricane limits, but it is a strong tropical storm with a big storm surge. And heavy rainfall. There is flash flooding out, flash flood watches out. We'll look at that real quick on the Omega app and pull up the flash flood watches and everything. Pretty much a large flash flood watch. All right, here we go. Flash flood watch from Florida through southwestern Alabama, most of Georgia, north and central Georgia, from Macon north into parts of the upstate South Carolina, southeastern Tennessee, western North Carolina. You see, this includes Johnson City, Morristown, Maryville, Cleveland, Chattanooga, Hendersonville, Tennessee, Hendersonville, North Carolina, Franklin, North Carolina, Seneca, South Carolina, Anderson, Greenwood, Athens, Georgia, Dahlonega, Georgia, Rome, Peachtree City, Warner Robins, Americus, Columbus, Auburn, Alabama, Montgomery, Dothan, and then Crestview, Florida. That's the current watches. Flood watch is going. That's out, and that it's going up to Wednesday morning for most areas. The one in Florida's got to Tuesday afternoon. Alabama is Tuesday evening. Most of Georgia is through Wednesday morning. South Carolina is through Wednesday morning. Check it right here is Wednesday morning. So most of them are in effect until Wednesday morning. So just need to stay alert, stay weather aware, have multiple ways of getting your alerts on your phone, weather radios. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to us. We also have a Discord. The link is in our about section. Again, this is Bill with Severe Radar Watchers. Stay weather aware, stay alert, watch the sky. Have a great day.